got a CRKT and a pretty big box. As you can see, that box is a good 6 inches. Wow, let's see what we got here. That's right, we got a CRKT Jumbones. Hey everybody, welcome to Cards and Sharps. How's everybody doing? Good. Glad to hear it. I'm doing really good. Get to look at knives, so I'm always happy. All right, we got the CRKT Jumbones, which is the huge version of the crossbones. It's a Jeff Park design, and it's a very interesting looking knife. All right, let's kind of cover some of the specs first. That blade is 4.84 inches. That's nearly 5 inches of blade. And it's AUS-8, so keeps it affordable, but you know, it's not a bad steel, but you know, it's not in the premium category. It's in a mid range, you know, a little bit above the maybe a 8CR 30 MOE, whatever, but I've had other knives in AUS-8, and they've done pretty well. Maybe not hold edge quite as well, but they sharpen up pretty easy and everything. So just, you know, use it and then get your stone out and touch it up, and you should be fine. It's got a what they call a trailing point blade style with a flat grind and a satin finish. That handle is over 6 inches. It's 6.125 inches, and it's pretty beefy handle. It doesn't look that beefy because of the, you know, length, so the proportion, it's okay, but it's a little over 1/2 inch thick. So I mean, it's easy to hold on to, but like I said, it's proportioned with the length of it. That blade doesn't appear to be too thick. The handle material is aluminum, and it's milled out with that nice design, kind of resembles the crossbones, and then you have your crossbones in there, and it has these little grippy knurls in there that gives this knife a lot of grip. It does feel like if you're holding it, this might become a little bit of a hot spot, but it also gives you a feeling of grip no matter where you're holding it at. And with a handle that long, you got you can get out here on the end, and I guess if you're whacking brush or if you want to get up here and choke up on it, it gives you a little more control for maybe shaving some wood or sharpening a stick or something. And it's a heavy knife, 5.7 ounces, but for the size of it, isn't that really that heavy, and it has a good balance feel to it. Being aluminum and aluminum handles, that keeps the weight down, so it's not as heavy as it could be for its size. Okay, the pocket clip is a deep carry, which is good, because I hope you have deep pockets, because you're going to need them to get this knife to fit down in there to where the deep carry is going to come into play. And still, with this little jimped handle here, which serves as a lanyard hole too, makes it easy to grab the gay pocket. I have not carried it. I've put it in my pocket to see how it felt. And like I said, you'd make sure you have some deep pockets to be able to carry it. As far as the girth of it, it really didn't take up that much room in the pocket, and you still had room to get your hand in there and everything. But so the girth isn't that bad, but it is long, and if you go carry it in your pocket, you're gonna have to make sure you have pants with the pocket deep enough to take it. And most cargo pants are going to have pockets that deep. Jeans depends on the brand, I guess. I tried it with a couple of different pair of jeans, and one it worked great in, and the other it wouldn't quite bury into the full depth of the deep pocket clip there. Okay, this is it's a liner lock, and the action's real smooth, but it has got a ball bearing pivot. So you give it just a little effort, and it just swings on out there. And that's a lot of blade mass, so you get that weight moving, and it just pops right open. I mean, it's kind of got that. It doesn't look real fast, but it's very smooth. But what do I think this knife would be good for? I could see you going out, be a good hunting knife that you can carry in your pocket. You don't need a sheath on your belt or anything like that, and gives you a nice versatile fixed blade type of durability, because it locks up very tight, no play at all in it, and you can take on a lot of duties with this. If you're out hunting, you could do some field dressing with it. You could whack some little twigs or limbs, or you can shave some sticks down, or cut some rope. Pretty much anything you're going to need to do. As far as everyday carry, maybe some folks would want to carry one this big. I personally would not carry this knife. It's just, on a everyday carry situation. I don't think it was probably designed for that. It maybe they thought you would, but as far as tactical, it would be a self-defense kind of knife for sure. Can you imagine walking down an alley at night and Mr. Bad Guy comes out being all scary and demanding your wallet or your watch or something, and you reach into your pocket, you pull this out, and you give it a little flip? That's going to be scary as heck, I tell you. And if you needed to, you could club him with it, because you can get out here and get a hold of it on the end, and you still got a lot of handle there that you can whack something with. So you could use this as a club if you didn't want to cut them. Tell you what, because if you stab something with that, that's going to cover a lot of depth. But they do list it as an everyday carry knife, so I guess some of you might venture into areas where you feel a need for this much horsepower on your knife. As far as the fit and finish, I have found most CRKT knives I have dealt with to be well made, well finished. Not a lot of rough edges or machine marks or anything like that. Um, this one is same as all the rest. It feels very well made, and as you can see, the blade centering is right on, exact. The lockup is a good right, goes up to about the 50% point, which is perfect. And action is smooth, and it's easy enough to operate one-handed. So if you're out and you're needing to do some work at the campsite and you got one hand holding something, yeah, you can reach in your pocket, pull this out, operate it one-handed without much effort at all. But yeah, the action is just so smooth on it. These knives will run about $100, and that, to me, that seems about a fair value for it. You're getting a lot for your money. You're getting a lot of knife for your money, and materials are good enough. Aussate, yeah, that keeps it in the affordable range, and that's a good enough material. It'll work, get the job done, and it's not all that hard to resharpen. It's got the jumping here on the back, and then you got this the flipper there, works as a finger guard, plus it's got jumping on it too, so you can kind of choke up on it if you need to get a little more control. So it's not a bad knife at all. Don't know if I will keep this one, other than it's just cool. I really like the look of it. It's an awesome looking knife, and it just really neat. If I may hold on to it a while just to own it, just for the cool factor. Also, guys come over and start showing off our knives and toys, and I can whip this out and say mine's bigger than yours, and I bet they have nothing in their pocket that's going to be any bigger, unless they got some of the Cold Steel knives. They make some pretty monstrous ones, but that's beside the point. All right, well, that's the Crossbones, a very cool looking Jeff Park design, and it starts getting up into the higher price range for CRKT, but it does appear to be a good value, and you are getting a lot of knife for the money. So if you guys have seen or handled these knives, let me know what you think of it, and if you've carried it or if you like it or not. All right, well, you guys comment down below and let me know what you think of this knife. Have you held it or handled it, carried it? Those of you that have had this, if you haven't, is it something you'd be interested in? Or can you think of what you'd use it for? Yeah, I'd like to hear from you. Be sure and like and subscribe, and be watching for the giveaway when I get to 100 subscribers. I know it takes a while to get up there. This channel's maybe a month old at this point, and but we're slowly creeping up, and share it with your friends and tell people about it and get them to watch and subscribe, and we'll get that subscriber count up. And at the 100 subscriber point, we do have a uh, giveaway. And the giveaways will get better as we hit different milestones. The first one's going to be I got that little Leatherman Micra pocket tool. So be sure and hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.